What is up, everyone? Welcome back to No Cap Space. And just when we try and take a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a break in between the W and the college season, we are quickly reminded that women's basketball is indeed a year-round sport. It's Tyler, it's Greer, it's Shawnee reporting live from aisle 32 because the Dallas Wings have made a hire, Shawnee. The next head coach of the Dallas Wings is Jose Fernandez from USF. I'm open-minded, but not moved is where I will put this right now. Shawnee, it's the Dallas Wings. You know people want to hear from the president of the university. Please, just your general thoughts, before we dive too deep into this.
So we got Coquelanis Fest, and I was trying to get gas and run regular errands, and so I had to hop on for that. Now I'm in the Walmart. Y'all remind me to grab cotton balls before I leave because I'm going to be really pissed if I walk out and don't grab that. So the Dallas Wings don't make sense. And once again, we talked about it before we hit the button and recorded. They're trying to reheat Carl Smesco's nachos up in Atlanta, and I'm unmoved I'm moved enough to hop on in the local Walmart and have this conversation with you guys.
Not for the reason Dallas wants you to.
Yeah, but it just oof. And I do mean oof, because Tyler, let's get into this resume real quick.
Yeah, so the big caveat here, when it comes to Jose Fernandez's resume in 25 years, this entire time spent at USF, UConn left the conference, the American Conference, in 2020, and before then, understandably so, frankly, no conference championships or anything like that. See, even the kids aren't happy with the Dallas Wings hire. Like, goodness gracious, look what Greg Bibb has done. So since then, that UConn leaves in 2020, and since then you have two conference tournament championships in 20 and 21, 24 and 25. You have two regular season titles, 2020, 2021, and 2022 and 2023, and then 10 tournament appearances over the course of these 25 years. Again, it is a massive caveat here that UConn has been in this conference for the heavy majority of this time. So it's like, I don't want to put too much into the idea that, how did you not make USF better than UConn? I mean, that's a tough hill to climb, but it's not he's certainly a well-respected coach. I mean, this is a coach that was head of the coaches association, was the president of it, just recently named that from 25 to 27. Yeah. So this is obviously a very, very well-respected coach, one of Gino's besties in college basketball. But not the
allegedly.
Well, yeah, not the sexiest resume, if you will, in terms of being a national champion or any of those kind of high marks a college coach can hit.
Not even just championship, right? With Smesco, going back to him, we knew about we knew about Kirsten Bell because of him. You know what I'm saying? He got the most out of her, and they were a conference team every year, and not just a conference team, but one of those mid majors like the Belmonts, where we Fairfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not only that, but we tuned in for them and got to know what kind of style they had. It turned so that's what I'm saying. For me, I remember they were in the tournament and came to Columbia the other year, but it wasn't anything. They compete, obviously. They scrap, they hustle, but it's just I can't definitively say what the system he's bringing to here is. I can only say why was UConn in that conference in the first place? That should be a strike against Page and against Chino. So but the familiarity with Page, that's gonna help a little bit, I suppose. I guess I don't.
No,
God bless, man.
No, we haven't played them recently.
Yeah,
this is
Page.
Oh, this was before Page.
Yeah,
it was right when Page got in.
If you don't slander, you gotta come with your.
Come on, ethical hating. Come on, we got.
That's how unmoved I am, bro.
No, we can just hate men on their own merit. Totally.
I know that's right. You better defend your fave.
Amen.
You better defend your fave.
The only part of the resume that we haven't directly touched on, and then Greer, I'm lobbing it up to you. The other big part here is the involvement in USA basketball. I think is the other aspect here. Has won gold medals with under 18s, under 19s at different points. It just has always kind of been just within the USA basketball system. So again, a very genuinely well-respected coach. And I do think that there's something to say about that. But it's in terms of what I imagined, thinking that the Wings were going to go after, and more of like the Sandy Brondello type. And frankly, I think that this is the hire that comes because Sandy Brondello chooses not to go to Dallas. It's not reporting or anything. That's just like what I'm envisioning kind of happened here.
Paige scares the real coaches. Hold on.
Okay.
The idea of coaching Paige was not lucrative enough. Oh no. Well, she saw Sabrina and was like, "Why would I go to Sabrina Jr.?" Like,
okay,
we done here.
That's wicked. That's wicked. Greer, where are you at generally with this hire?
I want to go back to the point about reheating Semesco's nachos because like he don't even have Semesco's resume. You know what I'm saying? Like he's won like 60% of his games at USF. Granted, over that time they did play in tougher conference, like you know. But if I'm reading this correctly, like you've only won the conference twice.
Yeah, 2 conference tournaments, 2 regular seasons.
So, yeah, I remain unmoved. Again, I'm always going to ask the question: what woman with that resume could get this position?
What black woman? Because Natalie, what was the which one? The Phoenix coach, the blonde one, Nygaard. Yeah, she was doing the same thing I'm doing now, and they found her and was like, they pulled her out to Walmart and was like, yeah, she doing the same thing I'm doing, and they was like, "Hey, girl, you want to come coach the Phoenix Mercury?" And she was like, "Yeah." So I mean, there is. I don't get it. If you're Dallas, you needed to not just have a sexy hire, but like have a hire that puts the fans at ease about the future of your superstar.
Because if you told me that next year when they're downtown that they're getting the same chance at Chris Cook, I would believe it 1,000%.
Yeah, because at least with Sandy, like, okay, I don't really know about talent development from that point of view, but it's like I'd rather have that question than who? Huh? Like, what's he supposed to do? Like, how can he mesh Maisha Hines-Allen and Paige Vector's? Like, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
There's not that, because even, and I think it also partially goes back to in kind of that same vein of like the confidence. If you go to Brondello, you have a champion. If you go to Brianna January, you know, or you know, like those like the former players that are on all these staffs, and you at least have someone that's been experienced within the W.
Exactly.
And there's something to say for being within women's basketball in college. Like there's absolutely something to say. It's different than hiring someone from the NBA side that has never had women's basketball experience, period. But it's just not the inspiring move that I had hoped to see.
Jose hit a lick.
Like
that's what I'm saying. Because even as much as we hate to say it, even if you get like an assistant from the NBA ranks and try and reheat Coach Riblett's nachos, you did everything without the cheese. Ain't no sour cream. There is no salsa. You just got bare chips.
Because like Smesco has a genuinely good roster in Atlanta in terms of like talent that has been in the W, that is established. You go, I mean, that entire like your top like 7 players in that rotation have all been in the W and like have all like succeeded to various degrees in the W. Dallas doesn't have that. There's no level of stability there where when you're trying to reheat that. That to me, that's the missing cheese here is the stability.
But like Smesco also had a system. So when he came in, we're like, yeah, he likes to shoot 3. So the question is, how do you get BG and Bree Jones? Are they going to be down for that? And then we see them doing that. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I see. So he had not only the talent, but a system to maximize the talent, a coaching staff to help maximize the talent. So, you know, Jose hasn't had a chance to breathe and, you know, announce his staff yet. So we'll see who he brings on. But it's like, you better go get Lisa Leslie. And I'm so serious right now. Because, like,
for her after game 2.
Bruh, it's about to get wicked. So, Dallas Wings fans, get ready because you must continue fighting for your lives. It's not getting any easier because I will be here. I will be here. Because if you tell me still Sandy Brondello didn't want to go coach the next best thing, that was not a lucrative position for her. That was not a destination. Coaches were not beating down Kurt Miller's door to come replace Koklanis? Suit up.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
that's my agenda. That's my narrative all year.
yeah.
So
To me, it's like in terms of the system, right? And admittedly, I'm not as like in the way that we were familiar with Smesco. I'm not with the USF system, so I'm not going to
exactly.
pretend that I am. But from what I do know, it's a spaced out system, and I'd like in the idea of like trying to get Paige easier shots. Like the little I do know about the offensive system and like the intricacies of it. To me, it seems like something that's going to make it easier for Paige to score the ball, which is ideal. Like I mean, that's what you want. But it's not. It's not in the way that we knew about Smesco, because like again, as you mentioned.
Wait, it's a system that's going to help Paige. All right, remember that. So Paige has a coach coming in.
Yeah, to me, as you were continuing to try and find stability in Dallas and to build long term, I'm just not moved, and it's it's not in the same way that I felt about Koklanis, but it's eerily similar.
What's the plan? What's my initial thought with Koklanis was, how is this better than Letitia Chamel? And
I've been asking that.
my thought is, how is this better than Letitia Chamel? And it goes back to the original question when it comes to the Dallas Wings. What is the plan here? Where are we going? Kurt Miller, I know you watching, so if you want to come on and come talk to us about what the plan, because we are in the dark. Like, you got me using Walmart Wi-Fi to ask these questions that I've been asking for years. Please, somebody help us, because I just don't understand.
It's really sick because much was made of Kurt joining the Dallas front office and their organization, but it still reeks of Greg Bibich's behavior.
To a degree, there's certainly aspects of it
where
there's still,
you can kill the man, but not the idea.
There's certainly still I think there's aspects of it where it's like, okay, like for example, I think like trading Nolissa and Dijonay is not something I think that past Wings would have done. I don't think they would have admitted their loss.
But how did they benefit though?
Like that. I mean, you get picks and stuff. Like you get a young player. It's for what they were at. You get a 2027 first round pick in Diamond Miller. Like that's not bad.
They didn't even play Diamond Miller though.
Well, I didn't say. Well, that's Chris Koklanis. I mean, I don't know.
But
that guy ain't here no more.
Like, Nolissa was like, she's starting on a championship team and was a solid contributor to Sid and was part of the turnaround. So it's like, you could have found some stuff for her to do. Like the fact that they even needed to trade Dijonay and Nolissa, and it's like, yeah, Dijonay gets hurt, but like the fact that it even got to that point where you have two high caliber players that were not locked in because they just think this is silly.
Well,
you fumbled that. Like there shouldn't have been a need to trade them. We should be talking about how injuries plague their season like it does pretty much every other year, and not how everybody like checked out and dipped out.
The hope is though that this changes what changes that.
And that okay.
I'm not saying that that's going to be what happens, but I think that's the idea here. So in that sense, I still think, I don't know. I wanted someone proven in the W, whether it was even if it was a former player that like you were going to take time to build, like a Christy Tolliver, Brian, like one of those assistants like that are already on staffs, or if it is someone like a Sandy Brondello that and again, I can't imagine they chose Jose over Sandy, and there's no reporting behind it. I don't have any source, but I find that hard to believe, because I think having someone that is established, even though it would be a very different job for Sandy than the other coaching places she's been at, there's still an importance of having provenness and respect in the W. And I'll be interested in, because that was the problem last time, was this person had no respect in Chris O'Connor. Nobody, everyone was laughing in the huddles and stuff.
Courtney Williams, Sierra McGowan. Right? Courtney Williams is the only WNBA pro from USF.
We have 9 WNBA draft picks and signees and 24 former Bulls playing professionally worldwide is the stat for his all-time. But yes, I think Courtney Williams is
actually okay. Wait, so if Stutbuzz is his best, I get it then, because it's like it's better than Kirsten Bell, and that got Smesco on, but it's.
Yeah.
Where's Courtney? Go on live and tell us what the deal is. Give us the tea, sister.
Well, let's play. Never mind. Let me stop.
Okay.
Let me stop. Yeah, I mean, I think this is, again, to me, I mean, we've seen Smesco come in and be successful. We saw Lynn Roberts, not to the degree of Smesco, but certainly had the right direction for LA. I felt like by the second half of the season, LA was going in the right direction by the time Brinton came back. So far, it's worked. In my eyes, to a degree, different degrees of success. Will that happen here in Dallas? You might have chosen the toughest place to go and do that. It's like, in terms of franchises in the W that have just been able to avoid success, have been able to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Like, I mean, that's been the Dallas Wings. And so this is going to be a tall task, but you have Paige Beckers, and you're going to have another top draft pick in the lottery somewhere. The foundation is going to be there.
Watch them get the worst pick of all in said lottery.
Man.
Like this is the thing. Like, we're allowing them to make decisions on their own, and it's not going well.
Yeah.
But you think that's gonna stop me? I don't want to hear no excuses.
I was just about to say, Shawnee will be there regardless.
Look, Diana Taurasi Jr. needs to save this franchise from itself if she's who y'all say she is. So that's what I'm waiting for. We didn't make the checklist. No first or second team all defense, no playoffs, no finals. None of that. So year 2, I gotta see something.
We'll see. But we'll be here to talk about it. Whatever does happen, we will be here to talk about it. We're getting ready. We're gearing up for NCAA season. Again, we're trying to take a breath and the WNBA and women's basketball as a whole. Just no, that's not going to happen. So make sure you're tapped in.
See where I'll report from live next.
Yeah, no, literally. Go check out if you haven't seen it yet. NoCapSpaceWB.com. The Haters recap to the WNBA season. Shawnee just dropped that. The main characters of hate for this season, the best moments of hate. It was a great little piece. Putting the final bow on what was this season of WNBA as we continue to look ahead with the CBA, with the coaching hires, and of course, NCAA season on the horizon. So make sure you're tapped in at all the links down below here on YouTube, on our website, and all of our social medias. And we will talk to you very, very soon.